be surprised at the things you find when you go looking.
Tell me what you see.
Help me! It's in his head! It's not real. It's not real.
This isn't the end.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's me and Dylan, and we are back with a series that we haven't done for a long time on YouTube, and that is Horror Break. Today's episode, we will be discussing The Void, directed by Steve Kostanski and Jeremy Gillespie. Now, before we get into The Void, I will have to bring up a warning for you guys that we will talk about the ending, and it will contain spoilers, because I think The Void is one of those films where you have to talk about the ending. It really makes you think. It really makes you want to talk about it. I can't just say on camera, go check out The Void, or you'll find out about the ending. You really want to talk about it, and I really do want to talk about it because it's such a really powerful ending and makes you think about everything that happened, and also philosophically and logically and scientifically. What do you have to say to that, Dylan?
Oh, I couldn't agree more. It's just one of those endings where you can't just brush off to the wind or make it fly under the radar, because it's just such a very awe-inspiring ending, you know, that's worth a lot of theories and explaining and discussing.
It's very much discussion worthy. So, again, if you have not seen The Void, please check it out and then come back and see this video. So without further ado, The Void involves a cop who's on patrol named Daniel, and he's just tired, chilling. He's been working the rounds all night, and everything's going fine until he spots a certain individual. This individual has escaped the situation, and what transpires is Daniel has to transport this poor individual into a hospital to make sure he gets cared, examined, and so he makes sure, you know, what's going on with his situation, what happened. But what happens from there is a boatload of crazy stuff. I mean, this film is Hellraiser, The Thing, and H.P. Lovecraft combined, and I just loved what they did. This film is amazing. I love the cinematography of the hospital, and the inside the hospital really gives you a lot of attention and detail with scenery. And also, there's so much with this void and how it alters things in reality. It's insane. It's so well done. I really loved it, Dylan. I mean, what else can you really... It's old school horror.
Yeah.
And we need old school horror. I mean, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, and I also love the clouds, some weird hallucinations.
Exactly. There's a lot of weird stuff happening with this film. I mean, we don't want to get into those events, but let's just say there's hallucinations, there's alternate realities of people's past, and then they go into the present in the hospital. It really makes you question and think. It really plays with your mind psychologically. It's a psychological science fiction horror film. It's really great. I love the characters, Daniel and Allison. I really felt for them, and I understood what they're going through with a certain tragedy.
Yeah. And
I really cared for them a lot. I really wanted some kind of resolution, some kind of, you know, closure with them. And there's also the doctor. The doctor is just this creepy... He seems like a nice guy, but once you find out Dr. Poole and the connection going on with the Void, he's just this evil, menacing person, and he has a past too, so it's very much out there, but I loved it. The special effects, amazing. It really had a lot of splattered guts and gore, intestines, a lot of intestines, shitload of intestines, lots of blood, lots of violence. Yeah. It is just a fun film.
This would make Outlast look like a joke.
Exactly, it definitely would, and this... It's just a really good film. I really liked what's happening. It was creepy. It was scary.
And awe-inspiring.
Definitely. It's very awe-inspiring. I loved it, man. I mean, I loved it, man. Dylan, I loved the film. I don't know what else to really go into except I loved it. The characters, the cinematography, the hospital, the attention to detail, and those really creepy figures.
Yeah, with the white clothes and the triangle on their hoods. It was very odd, but very interesting.
It was interesting. It was very interesting. There's no talk, no dialogue with them. They're just standing there, and they multiply. And they really try to go after Daniel and Allison and everyone else involved in the hospital.
Yeah.
There's a lot of characters. There's a grandpa, a pregnant girl, and an Asian teenage girl in training to be a registered nurse. There's a lot of things going on. And there's also a connection with two people who, in the beginning of the film, get involved in the hospital. We don't want to give that part away, but it just connects, and it is just insane. I think it's one of the best horror films out there, and I definitely recommend it. Like I said, a lot of attention to detail, a lot of scenery. You see a lot of, close-ups of the hospital, of characters walking around. You see a lot of different aspects of the hospital. Like you see the medical supplies and, the stretchers outside the hallway. You see the hospital itself. You see a lot of weird dimensions and a lot of alternate realities with The Void, and it's just a great film. It reminds me of David Lynch kind of with the cinematography, and Kubrick in a way, with Stanley Kubrick kind of. It just does. Like with the attention and detail to the scenery is what really gets my attention, and also the special effects. I mean, talk about the special effects. Like one of my favorite parts of the film was when they spot this creature, this big fucking creature. Yeah. It's literally the thing, and the strobing light effect and the shots and how this chaos ensues really works. That's my favorite scene.
Yeah. Yeah, the creature effects were definitely some of the biggest highlights of the film. Mm-hmm. They really were like an inspiration of The Thing, but with a hint of Lovecraft tied into it, and I guess Hellraiser.
Yes. We'll have to say it again. What everyone's been saying with The Thing and Hellraiser and H.P. Lovecraft, it connects together, and it's so well done. And I think it's one of the best films out there. Definitely in the top 10. If I had a top 10 horror films of 2017, The Void would definitely be there. It's really good. It's really great. It's just amazing. I loved it. I mean, I don't know how other people feel. I heard good things. So far, good things. Maybe one negative thing, but it's just so good. It's so well done. It's old school horror. If you love The Thing, Hellraiser, and H.P. Lovecraft, David Lynch and Kubrick, see this. You really have to see it, because there's really a lot going on with these characters, with this situation. It has this claustrophobic vibe. The cinematography really gets in your face with the blood and the claustrophobic environment, and the Dutch angles of the situation when the two gentlemen in question arrive at the hospital. It really grabs you. It's just a great film. Really, I think a treasure. This is what horror films need. We need horror films like The Void. We need practical effects. We need homages and tributes to the classic horror films that we grew up loving. We really need more films that really make you think and don't spoon feed you what's going on. I mean, really, it won't do it justice. If you haven't seen The Void, see it. But like I said, we're going to get into the ending. So I just love The Void, and I really want to hear what you guys have to say about it, because it's just so well done, and it's really a great film from Steve and Jeremy. I mean, I think this is their first film.
Probably.
I haven't heard about them, but this is really a knockout of the fucking park, in terms of, making a film, a feature film, if it is a feature film. I don't know if it was, but it's just so well done. It's so good, and it really grabs you in the story. Now, the ending, where do you want to begin?
Well, let's just say in the end, you see Daniel and Alice, who are in the void, which pretty much is nothing but a dark dimension, and this is where things get really, really crazy.
Exactly.
There's a black pyramid floating in the sky.
Yep.
And it makes me think, like, what the fuck is that?
I know, like, when I saw the ending, I'm like, wait a minute, there's gotta be more. But then when the movie just cut there, I'm like, what the hell does it mean?
Yeah.
I think what it means is, like, after Daniel confronted Powell and what he was trying to do and trying to, cheat life and death and make this whole new reality, I think it was saying, once he pushed them into the void, that, they're starting life in the beginning. It's it reminded me of like a religious Bible verse. In the beginning, there was darkness and the void.
And then God did the Big Bang, bringing light to the universe, and so on and so forth.
Right.
But there's also my theory where I think this plane exists outside of the boundaries of our normal understanding.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't fit anywhere near the boundaries between heaven and hell.
Right, and I also think from another perspective, it exists outside of logic and science and philosophy. I think it exists outside of the scientific theory and outside of logic, because you can't prove a black hole or a void or altered dimension, and this film really packs a punch. The ending makes you think, what does this mean? Is it just, how it is? Are they experiencing a rebirth as themselves and just experiencing life as it is in the beginning and so on and so forth?
Yeah.
Or are they just stuck in this dimension for good? You really don't have a clear answer with the void and the initial meaning behind it of the ending, I don't think. But I just think it's beyond our reasoning, beyond our logic. It's beyond science and beyond religion and logic and philosophy. It's beyond those things. It's something we can't explain, something we can't see. It's saying there's something more. Like you said, there's God, there's a devil, and then there's this in the middle.
Yeah,
so,
in other words, I think, if God is in charge of heaven and the devil is in charge with hell, what is in charge of the void?
Exactly.
Like, it kind of gives me this is where I also start thinking, like, is it like, maybe, since it does have those Lovecraft elements to it, like, I wonder, could this be Cthulhu? Or could this be something even more powerful and more terrifying?
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. This is beyond time and space and the cosmos. This is something we haven't seen and something we can't prove. And in reality, we can't prove or disprove this because we haven't experienced it. And I think this was trying to do is it's exploring a new dimension, a new life, another answer to life and death and everything else. It's just a well done film, and I loved The Void. I loved it. It's old school horror. It's got the blood, the gore, the guts, the suspense and the mystery and the attention to detail, the cinematography and the creepy moments and the music and the subtle things too. All together, it's just a wonderfully made film. Me and Dylan loved it. I mean, I don't know how to do this professionally, but we just love the film. We love what's going on. We addressed what we wanted to say because it really does have those, elements and those vibes of The Thing, Hellraiser, and H.P. Lovecraft. It really works so well, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking guts, and it's just so fucked up and nasty and in your face too.
Yeah, and when I started watching those, I kind of felt a little, oh god, I don't feel good.
Exactly. Yeah, you feel sick too because it's so in your face and out there, but it is just insane. And with the doctor and his voice and when he introduces his true form and everything going on with Jeremy and his wife is just crazy. I mean, you see glimpses of what's to come, foreshadowing bits and pieces. But once you see everything else happen and conclude, it's just mind blowing. I mean, I think they're they're there, but we don't know what it is. I mean, I think it's just them experiencing life. As it was, a void, blank, dark, and then the Big Bang, and then, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. A book of revelations, if you will.
Yeah, like, I would also assume, like, whatever's in that pyramid must be I guess you could say, the being that is in charge of this place.
Exactly. I think there's something more to it. But you know what? I'm glad that they're not going to do a sequel because I think sequels give away so much and they spoil it for us.
Yeah.
I think we as intellectuals should discuss this and should engage in conversation about it because if you just do this and you just give it away at the end, what was the point of all that build-up, all that inspiration, all that talent, and all that creativity invested towards? Nothing. You have to have an ending where there's no explanation. You have to think, you have to reflect, and that's what me and Dylan have been doing.
Yep.
And it's
awe-inspiring.
Awe-inspiring, and it's out there, and there's really no conclusion. It's up to you as an individual. But I think it's, like I said before, there's somewhere between. There's somewhere far away from science and logic that it just can't be explained. They're just
or from religion and supernatural occurrences.
Right, exactly. It's just one of those unknown things.
Yeah.
I think they're together and they're experiencing life all over again as former adults. Because normally, if you're going to be rebirthed and start life all over, you're a child and you relive all your memories and all your moments with your family and friends and so on. But I think it's just their former selves experiencing life and evolution and everything and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It's just it's them experiencing, I guess, science and the Big Bang and everything coming together.
Or who knows though? We never will know for sure.
No, we won't. But The Void, nonetheless, we loved it. Check it out. I definitely, if you haven't, I mean, we said spoiler, but still, The Void is a great film. We'll have to revisit Dylan. Dylan, there's a lot of things and a lot of you know, attention to detail, and also within the story with the dialogue that we have to really investigate again. So The Void, we'll have to revisit this again. It's a great film. If you stuck around to the ending, I appreciate it. We really love this film, and we cannot say what has been said before on Facebook and social media and YouTube and so on, because this is really something special, something unique, and it's really worth revisiting. And I'm glad that they made a film and executed it with no specific conclusion, because you can't have a conclusion with something this complex and this surreal. I mean, it's fucked up. You got this pyramid tentacles and claustrophobic hospital environment, hostile people. It really reminds you of The Thing and everything we have mentioned before. So The Void, loved it. I really loved it. Check it out. I mean, I'm sure you've checked it out already, but we loved it completely. It's definitely a great film, and yeah, it deserves rewatching. It deserves discussion. So, with that being said, I think we're done. There's also another video. Dylan, do you know who that video was from that you watched?
Oh, I think it was like a Flicks film or movie. I don't know, I'll have to check his name, but he explains about his interpretation of the ending of The Void, and I think it's worth your time to actually go to his channel. We'll put in the link into the description. And see what you think.
Exactly. So we're going to put that video for you out there. Like I said, if you haven't seen The Void, check it out. Because if you're watching up to this point, no, don't. But either way, we're going to put that video in the video description for you to check out and for you to discuss. So yeah, guys, feel free to comment. You know, let's have a discussion about this film, because it really needs to be discussed. And it's just so well done. And
I just thought also this movie kind of makes the witch in the way kind of look like something made out of kindergarten.
Exactly. You know, The Witch was crazy and insane, but this just took it to a whole new level with the special effects and the storyline and the layers of unexplained things that you have to figure out. This requires multiple viewings, and I appreciate what these filmmakers did. It's just a great film. So yeah, we're going to post that video in the description for you to check out. And yeah, have a discussion with us. Let's talk about The Void. Because it's just a great film, and we're going to have to revisit this again. It's definitely up there, Dylan. It's going to go down as a classic. I definitely would have to say.
It's going to go down into the history books.
Definitely. So yeah, guys, that's Horror Break. We're back. We're officially going to do more stuff. We're going to do more Horror Break. We got some stuff lined up, so stay tuned. And yeah, that is The Void. Finally checked it out here. That's it. So without further ado, let us know what you think. Let's have a discussion, like I said. And yeah, just a well done film. Superb.
Yep.
All right.
Very.
All right,
and
sir.
Stay tuned for more videos that in the future.
Yep, we got more stuff planned. But
yes.
All right. We're done. Let's just cut the shit.
Yeah, let's cut the shit.
All right, man. See you guys.